All right, everybody, welcome back to episode 12, season 11 of the NBA 2K20 career sim. LeBron James clones, myself, Ben Rasa, Dave Loughran, although it doesn't seem like Loughy is involved in this if you only look at the final standings. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when this and all of our other content goes live. I am super duper excited for season 11. I am pulling for myself, obviously, but I think I've got a shot to win an NBA title here. It's going to be a little bit of a long season, I think, because I'm expecting a full run through the playoffs, but who knows? Every time I've been confident before, I'll either get bounced early, Loughy makes the playoffs in a random year. Who the hell knows? Here's where we stand heading into season 11. Why can't I remember that? Okay, so running standings after 10 years are on the screen as we speak. 37 points for me last year, 43 for Ben, just 8 for Loughy. It's been 3 years since Loughy's been in double digits, which is hysterical. But either way, I am hot on Ben's tail now. He's beaten me the last 3 years, but he didn't get an all-NBA third-team starting center in free agency last year. What up, Evan Mobley? I'll see you soon. All right, so starting lineup for the Blazers. We know it's DJ Stewart. Josiah James coming in at the shooting guard spot. The first round pick in 2020, forever ago. Obviously, I'm chilling at the small forward spot. Amontidis chilling at the power forward spot, 90 overall. And newly minted Portland Trail Blazers center, Evan Mobley. Oh, God, it fits like a glove. Jabari now. We're just recycling former players from this entire thing. If you don't remember, Jabari Parker was the starting power forward for Ben's San Antonio Spurs for a pretty extended amount of time. Jabari now, my sixth man. Roy Stevens coming off the bench, former number 2 overall pick. We still have Orlando Cortez as filler. That's a pretty solid 8-man rotation. I assume that Josiah James falls from the shooting guard spot and Roy Stevens takes over, but I love where the Blazers are. If we stay healthy, we're gonna mess some people up. All right, now for the Spurs, Calbert Anderson coming in at point guard, Cecil Wallace chilling at shooting guard. We know Ben is the small forward, no surprises there. Mark Lloyd at power forward and Mitchell Robinson at center. This team is still solid. I assume that they'll be in the mix for like the 6, 7, and 8 seed. Ben should be able to carry this team. So long as Mitchell Robinson stays healthy, I expect the Spurs to be fine. Their bench, Willis Payne an 80, and then it starts to fall off. The best years of Jordan McLaughlin's career are long over. Derek White's a 78. McCurr 78. It's not looking good for the Spurs any longer, but they should be able to hold into the playoffs at least while Ben is here. Finally, we've got the Jazz, and oh boy, it's not the only movement. Former starting point guard for the San Antonio Spurs, DeJounte Murray, now on the Utah Jazz. I don't know how big the contract is. I assume it's 1 year. Yeah, 1 year. He signed for the minimum in the offseason. Donovan Mitchell making his way back to the starting lineup is just an 81 overall. This is where it gets really bad. Loughy's the 99. James Arnold, 73 overall power forward. Good God. Second round pick in last year, 2030. Oh my God. Frankie Leonard, an undrafted center, 74 overall. For some reason, Christian Graves not starting. We got Bob Armstrong. Somebody hurt? No, nobody that's any good is hurt. The fact that Utah went 1-3 in the first week of the season is incredible. I think this is going to be a really long year for Loughy. Good news is, even though it'll be a drafted stash for a year, Paseki, I don't know how to say that. Dzida, last name's even worse. Shooting guard out of Hungary, 19 years old, 6'9". He's an A- overall shooting guard, point guard. He looks like he's going to be pretty lethal. Getting the number 1 pick is going to be pretty good. Draft Express, NBA.com, and 2K, all of the same top 2 guys. The Paseki Dzida guy, who I'm whiffing on, and Javier Barbosa coming from Spain, who will come over immediately. But they are the top 2 guys in all 3 of the big boards. I really hope Loughy doesn't get one of them, but it would be nice for him to be good for once. Player of the month for November in the books, and it is Ben Rasa coming in, taking the Western Conference spot, and surprise, surprise, is Ryan Bosch in the East. Standings after the first month, Blazers 11-6, but it's only the 5th best record, and what's a real problem, negative 1.9 point differential. Everybody else ahead of me, 10, 8, 8.5, even 4. A little nervous that we're not creating the offense I would have expected. I'm also nervous that we probably had an injury. Spurs are 7-14, and Loughy's Utah Jazz are 3-16, tied for the worst record in the NBA. Loughy's going to get a chance to get some legitimate help in here. Oh boy, the Jazz stink. Negative 11.6 point differential. Really, really bad. Ben leading the league in scoring through the first month, 25.6 points per game. I'm chilling in 5th. Loughy is 18th. There's the injury for the Blazers. Amontidis with a broken left leg. He'll be out 4 to 6 weeks. Alrighty, time for all-star captains. Who's it gonna be? Team Josh! Team Josh and Team Ryan Bosch. Love it. I've been a captain so much now. It's just, I'm getting used to it. It feels great. I just hope that I don't take Loughy. Here's the draft. What happened? Whoa. So, just neither one. So Ben didn't make the All-Star team. I don't know what to say right now. He was leading the league in scoring the last time we looked. Ben Rasa, not an all-star. Dave Loughran, the first pick from Ryan Bosch. And then he takes 3 real people, Giannis, Trae Young, and Devin Booker. One-time all-star Darius Garland. Kudos there. I'm assuming Ben is hurt. And that it's impossible for him to be just missing. Right knee tendonitis, out 2 to 4 weeks. Ben Rasa, not an all-star this season. That is helpful. Spurs started off the season in December, trading McCurr and a first-round top 3 protected pick in 33 for Orlando Gonzalez. Spurs also traded Yuta Watanabe and a second-rounder for Dylan Windler. Hell of a challenge trade. Zach LaVine and a first-round top 3 protected for D'Angelo Russell. I wouldn't want either one of those guys, especially in 2033. All right, my Trailblazers traded Spencer Dinwiddie and Colin King for Ivica Zubac and Dorian Finney-Smith. Feels like a weird trade. Standings at the All-Star break, Blazers sitting at 32-23 with a 0-point differential. Am I just waiting to turn it on, or am I not as good as I thought I was going to be? This is not great. I mean, the Mavs are 12.7 points per game better than the next best. Like, that's just, they're dominating. 15.7 points per 100 possessions better than their next closest team. The Mavs are just absolutely eviscerating the league. Meanwhile, I'm chilling down here at flat 0. I don't like it. Making me nervous. The Spurs, 21-33. The Jazz, 9-46. Worst record in basketball. Congratulations, Dave. Good news for Loughy. Might be able to sign someone in free agency. Donovan Mitchell's $34 million. Comes off the books next year. He's got a chance to potentially get the number 1 pick, who would be transformative, and bring in someone else. They could right the ship if this plays out correctly. Final 2 weeks of the regular season, and the standings look like this. The Blazers sitting in the 3 spot, tied with the Kings, but only a game back of 2. I would really prefer to be in that 2-3 spot so that I can be on the opposite side of the Mavs. So let's hope we could hold there. Do not want to fall back into 4 and catch the Mavs in round 2. Spurs climbing hard, just a game out of the playoffs against the Grizzlies. That would be a massive change of events for Ben. I wonder where the Jazz are. Oh, that's right. 14-61, the absolute ass end of the standings. Ben leading the league in scoring, still 26 points per game. I'm not going to be able to catch him. I am only at 22. Loughy is at 20. So the comp for my Pasike Desida, I don't know Hungarian name pronunciation, but Jimmy Butler ceiling is... This is going to be a pretty good pickup for potentially Loughy if he can get the number 1 spot. Potential A overall. Yeah, this dude's going to be just straight good. I mean, I can only be so upset, but surprise, surprise, MVP of the league, Ryan Bosch, once again. Toronto's really good, and he's probably the best player in the league. He shot 46% from 3 this year. That is absolute insanity. Congratulations to Ryan Bosch. I hate you. Walter Wilson out of Boston, Rookie of the Year, averaged 5 and 5. That is some uninspired rookie play in the 2031 season. Sixth Man of the Year, Felipe Santos. I find his picture to be incredibly uncomfortable to look at. That's what I'm talking about. 2031 Defensive Player of the Year, me. I shot 46% from 3. Damn, I'm good. 22, 4.5, and 5. 2.5 stocks. I love it. Fantastic season from this guy, Josh Engleman, and I finally get my Defensive Player of the Year award back. That will help me close the gap on Ben. I could really use him to miss the playoffs here. Jamie Higgins, Most Improved Player, 16 a game for the Wolves. And no surprise whatsoever, Sidney Lowe, Coach of the Year, 63 and 19. That's a new one. Loughy and I, the 2 first-team All-NBA representatives at forward. That bounces Ben to, at best, the second team. There he is, coming in second team, along with my favorite center in the world, Evan Mobley. Good to see you there, brother. Good to see you there. I thought that was my dude for a second. Got scared that he was on the Nets. First team all defense, myself and Loughy grab it again. Ben misses all defensive second team. Fantastic turn of events for me as far as I'm concerned. Ben makes the playoffs as the sacrificial lamb 8th seed to the Dallas Mavericks. Clearly the Utah Jazz did not make it. Surprise, surprise, the Raptors were the number 1 seed. I got the number 3 seed in a date with Golden State. Warriors have Clayton Burt 79, 83, 80, 85, 88. Miles Turner as an 86. If I don't win this series, I'm going to be incredibly upset. 2-2 in Portland. Spurs lead 2-1. And if you're curious who's on the Mavs, Nico Mannion, Luka, who's incredible, Dinelson Covington, 90 overall, Jan Ponescu, God, this is terrible. Porzingis still there. Loughy's boy Fultz is an 89 overall, but he comes off the bench. They're good. Ben's coming for him, though. And this team's... The Spurs stink. Spurs lead 3-1. 3-2 Blazers. 3-2 Spurs. Woohoo! Left, no doubt. Foot across the throat. 106-65. Blazers to the second round. Engleman drops 27, 9, and 6 with 3 blocks to close him out. You don't want this smoke. You don't want it, Warriors. Ben's going to Game 7. Unbelievable. The San Antonio Spurs go into Dallas in Game 7 as the 8th seed against a record-breaking Dallas Mavericks team, and they send them home. Ben Rasa, legend. Absolute legend. 27, 4, and 4 to close them out, plus 8 for the game. That is enough to get it done. Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks go home. All right, so I've got a date with the Suns and Trey Jones, DiVincenzo, who's an 88 overall, by the way. Brandon Ingram, 92. Isaiah Todd, 85. DeAndre Ayton, 98. Mikal Bridges, 89. I have my work cut out for me. All right, 2-2 in Portland. Spurs down 2-1. Spurs down 3-1. 3-2 Blazers. That'll do it for Ben and the Spurs. Can take out the Mavs, but you can't beat the Kings. Whatever works, man. And I'm on to the Western Conference Finals. Beating, what is that, 28-point W, 26, 8, and 5 in the penultimate game, plus 36. I am at my peak. No one wants this. I want Toronto. I want revenge. 2-2 in the West, 2-2 in the East. 98-97, a minute 22 to go. Kings lead by 1 in Portland. I think the Kings sent me home last year, too. Oh, he loses him in the corner. No! Big board Evan Mobley. That's why you spend the money, baby. Oh, good take. Oh, you gotta make it, man. A minute to go, down 1. Gotta get the ball to me. Bagley misses, board, bucket, nothing. Engleman with the rebound. Big push. To the rack. Oh, what a finish. 99-98. Blazers lead by 1, 36 seconds to go. Kings are playing it out. They still have a timeout, as do the Trailblazers. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Need a stop here to force Game 6 back in Sacramento, but the Blazers up 1 game. I said all that poorly, but I'm too excited. Bagley, Mobley, this is your chance, man. The defense, it's what you're known for. Oh, Bagley takes them strong to the rack. Timeout Blazers, 14 seconds to go. Sacramento leads by 1 on Portland's floor. Engleman had no problem getting to the rack on that last possession. Can he do it again? 14 seconds to go. No timeouts left. Ball is in to Stewart. Engleman can't get free. He's being held in the corner. Get him the ball. Josh, get free. Oh, to the rack. What a look. Stripped. No. Oh. What a terrible, terrible, terrible turn of events. Engleman never gets free. I should have the ball the whole damn time. Then he's ready. Blaze the Trail Cat's going crazy. I had the no look. He just couldn't finish. Oh, that stings. That stings so bad. Oh, it's a side out too. They're not even in the damn bonus. That'll do it. I don't think I'm getting enough time. Yeah, that's it. Kings win by 1. Kings win by 2, actually. So, Blazers down 3-2 in the Western Conference Finals. This is heartbreaking. Raptors are going to Game 7, BT dubs. Blazers roll in Game 6. Beat them in all 4 quarters. I have 26. Game 7 in Portland. Here we go. Raptors beat the Sixers in Game 7. Oh my gosh. Game 5 and Game 7 at home. And the Portland Trailblazers choke away a finals experience. Oh, Marvin Bagley III, just too much. Oh no. I had 11 and 7 in 33 minutes. I shrunk from the moment. Evan Mobley took 18 shots. I shrunk. Where was I? Why am I not shooting more? Did they just put me on lockdown? Who D'd me up? I don't like it. Congrats to the Kings. Here comes the Raptors' 5th title in 6 years. 4-2. Ryan Bosch. Hope you're used to it. Yep, Ben led the league with 25.3. He gets the bonus. Adios, Kyrie. Maybe you can go explore that edge of that flat earth. Adios, Rudy Gobert. He's not retiring. Never mind. We'll save that one. Andre Drummond, Tobias Harris, Bobby Portis. Joel Embiid retires at 37 years old. Kudos, Joel Embiid. Big fan. Second best offensive center I know. Brett Brown retires as the coach of the 76ers for however many years this has been. Oh boy, Loughy would be freaking out. Kyrie and Joel Embiid both made the Hall of Fame. Kyrie and Joel Embiid both get their jerseys retired. Kyrie plays 12 seasons with Brooklyn to hang it in the rafters. Congratulations to Kyrie Irving. That's a hell of a career. League meetings. The league was smart. After however many years of not having it, when it was 45 seconds and then lowered back down to 30, the league, 28-2, we're going back to the 24-second shot clock. Fantastic. Now, I can add an expansion team to the league if I want to. I don't want to mess with it. If that vote were closer, I might overrule it, but since only 3 teams wanted the expansion team, we're going to keep it going. Sorry, guys. There's probably, well, of the 120 of you that are going to watch this, 5 or 6 of you are like, yo, add that team. Can't do it. No realignment. This one's going to be important. Draft lottery. The Utah Jazz have the highest odds of winning the lottery at 14%, along with the Heat and the Lakers. This is massive. Absolutely massive for the Jazz. The first pick is huge. Second pick will work as well. I think this is a 2-guy race, and let's not forget the best prospect is not coming over this year. He will be playing an additional year in Europe. Everything can change for Loughy right here. A first or second overall pick and a free agent changes the outlook of the Jazz completely. Jazz fall to 3. The Charlotte Hornets jump to the 1 spot, Heat with the 2 spot. The Utah Jazz are now picking 3rd in a 2-person draft. Loughy just cannot catch a break. All right, Blazers don't need a coach. Spurs looking for a coach. Jazz looking for a coach. Okay, so I think what I'm seeing here, I don't know what I'm seeing here. So the Jazz hired Luke Wallace in January. I assume that means they fired Quinn Snyder before that. Okay, so they fired Quinn Snyder in January, gave the job to Luke Wallace. Then they fired Luke Wallace in March, gave the job to Luke Walton, and then they rehired Quinn Snyder in the offseason. Man, this team sucks. Spurs bring back head coach Doug Levinson. And they bring in Dwight Howard as an assistant coach. That's kind of fun. Maybe Loughy will get lucky. Nope. Heat are trading out of the 2 spot. The Heat trade the 2nd pick overall and the 2nd overall pick in the 3rd overall pick in the 2nd round for Earl Timberlake and Dave Gray. This is a terrible trade for Miami. Kudos to Boston. Boston takes Javier Barbosa. That was the other guy that I was hoping fell for Loughy. So he gets the kick square in the junk. Doesn't get one of the 2 best players in the draft. Jazz on the clock. Loughy and his ridiculous general manager and ownership team select Kurt Geiger, a 6'2" point guard from Oklahoma State. Rob Mahoney says Kurt Geiger has the best court vision he's seen in a decade. 12.1 assists per game at Oklahoma State last season. Geiger is a 74 overall. He's 21 with a ceiling of Brandon Jennings. Oh, what a miss, man. Potential A+, though, so he could grow into it, I guess, but that's not what you're looking for out of the 3rd pick, at least not to my knowledge. Spurs take Malik Holloway, a 75 overall inside-out scorer, 6'9", 22 years old from Arkansas, with a potential of B+ and a comp of Terrence Jones. I didn't have a 1st round pick. Well, I thought that the Jazz would have some money to sign people. Turns out they went a different direction. They signed 7 different players, no one getting more than like $9 million a year, no deals longer than 2 years. So maybe they're trying to refresh one more tank season and then take a run at it. But that is not This isn't going to get it done. Kings give Bagley 254 over 5. Well deserved. Spurs bring back Orlando Gonzalez and Cecil Wallace. 2 4-year deals, both in the mid-60s. That feels like a giant overpay. Roy Stevens gets 5 years and $180 million from me. I like it. Oh, Jordan McLaughlin, that's fun. 2 years, $20 million is preposterous. That is a terrible bit of business. Roy Stevens getting $180 million is probably more than I would like. All right, final progressions. Clearly, still a 99. Evan Mobley at a 90. Amatidis drops 2 spots. Kind of a rough year for him. Only 8 badges. He's 28 now, but it's not great. He can't play any D on the perimeter. That's kind of terrifying. Roy Stevens goes up a little bit, up +1 off the contract, 5 years, $180 million. He's 23 years old, 85 overall. I guess I shouldn't be as pessimistic. What's his potential? A+. Okay. I'm good with that contract. Feels a little early. Orlando Cortez up a point. DJ Stewart still there. Josiah James still there. We're still deep. We should still be really, really good. Not out of the realm of possibility that we get a 1-year deal for someone in that first week of the season. Bana 99. Mitchell Robinson holds at an 88. Mark Lloyd up 1 to an 85. Willis Payne up 1 to an 81. Orlando Gonzalez is he got the $60 million. He's an 81. He's 30. That's a bad contract. Cecil Wallace is 30. He's an 80 and he went down. That's a bad contract. Great depth. Ben's just really missing that second star. Finally, we've got the Jazz. Loughy 99 overall. Christian Graves 84. Man, he is so just simply missing Evan Mobley. Bob Armstrong up 1 to an 82. Damian Kent up 1 to an 80. Horace Gordon up 3 to an 80. Basically just, he's just a scorer. I hope that he can continue to grow. Former number 10 overall pick. So not this past year, but the year before that. James Arnold up 3. Kurt Geiger gets no boost, 74 overall. This is going to go down as a really bad pick. I have a feeling. At least he can shoot. Okay, standings for season 11 look like this. I take a huge run and just dominate season 11. Loughy puts up 27 points. Monster year for him. He gets the first team All-NBA nod, first team All-Defense nod. He's an All-Star starter. It's a really solid season for Loughy. Proud of him, especially in a lost season for the Jazz. Ben, just a ghost this year. Only 11 points. Second team All-NBA, doesn't make either first or second team All-Defense. Misses the All-Star game because of an injury. That couldn't have gone any better for me. Season 11 goes to Josh. Finally, we've got overall standings through 11 years. And with the 49 points I picked up in season 11, I take a hair lead. 370 to 367 over Ben. It is tight right now. Loughy has his biggest year by far. It's actually what he did in season 11 is as good as the best 2 years he has ever had. So he's finally up to 95, starting to grow. You would have liked to see a better offseason, but that's not too bad out of Loughy. All I know is right now I am looking great because there's no reason I shouldn't be back contending for the Western Conference, contending for a finals berth once again. The biggest question is, who can knock off Ryan Bosch and the Raptors? Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get back to find out if anybody ever does take down Ryan Bosch and the Raptors. Tomorrow we'll be back with episode 13, season 12 of the NBA 2K20 career sim LeBron James clones. I've really enjoyed this episode, besides the fact that I choked away the Western Conference Finals. Let's see if we can improve it tomorrow. My fingers are crossed.